My name is Lauren Seifer, and I love Jesus and I love kids. Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamt of being a mom. I would carry a baby doll around and think that it was real, and if anyone told me otherwise, then they were in trouble. And, as I continued to grow up, my love for kids grew and grew, and I found myself even being a nanny for 11 years for the best kids ever, the Gardeners. And then I got a job at Victory Christian Center for the last 6 years. And I fell in love with these kids and parents that just completely changed my life. But then I began to go on some different trips around the world with some of my friends, and everywhere I go, all that I see is kids. It's all that I see all the time. And I see how there's potential inside of them if they were to truly know the Holy Spirit, potential to change this world. And I began to think, what if they had an encounter with the Holy Spirit that changed their life forever? What if they had that encounter so it saved them so much heartache, and then they could win so many people for Jesus? So then I asked my friends, the Strombergs, if I could do a festival in India, and I did one in the year 2015 in the fall. And I fell in love with these 600 kids who came. And I knew the Lord was stirring my heart for something with missions, but I wasn't sure what it was. But when I saw this festival and how many of them came to know Jesus, these Hindu kids who've never heard the gospel, my heart was stirred even more. So for 2 years, I lived in an apartment, and I like to call that my fighting place, because I fought with the Lord and what He was asking me to do to see more kids around the nations come to know Jesus, because you've raised up a team, and I've raised up this team that has will train up the kids here in America, but the ones around the world, they need someone to believe in them. So I spent those 2 years there, and then altogether it was 3 years that I knew God was calling me, but it was hard to give Him my yes. But in the fall of 2015, I made the decision to go into missions full time. And it was the hardest decision ever to make, because when you love everything about your life, your job, your family, your everyday, just even fun things that you do, your country, it's hard to let go. And I knew that God was asking me to. So I gave Him my notice to the church, and every week knowing that it was going to be hard to let go, that God was calling me to something that would be great. And when I was in India, one of the first days that we arrived, we saw this, our tent that we would use, and the bamboo and the structure that would go with it. And it wasn't finished yet. It was just the outline, the foundation of this tent that all these kids would meet Jesus. And when I looked in, I could just see the kids that would come to know Jesus, that would meet Him for the first time, and their lives would never be the same. And when we came back a few days later, we saw this beautiful tent with all this fabric and balloons, and then the kids filling it. And I hold on to that picture of the tent with just the structure, the outside, because that's what I feel like this time of my life has been, up to being, year 26 of my life, and the time at Victory. It has built the foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, then it's just going to fall apart. But I've learned so much. And I know I'm going to continue to step into building that structure to one day see so many souls come to know Jesus in an even greater capacity. So in August 2016, this year, I'll be joining with Much Prayer Mission SOS in Sweden. These are people that I love so much. Johannes Amritzer leads this ministry, and he's an amazing man of God. I joined one of his trips when I was 15 years old in Thailand, and my life has never been the same. And I'm excited to serve them and to join and see all that God has in store. You know, when we're asked to dream big with God, if you do it with him, he truly will take you to a new place. So I'm excited for all that God has in store. He is amazing, and I'm so thankful for my time to build the structure. It's forever in my heart, and it's all for Jesus. It truly is, to see his kingdom expand, to see a generation of kids who are hungry for more of Jesus. And, you know, just like that one song I wrote, it's called Beautiful Feet, that, you know, they have the power inside of them to change the world. That power is the Holy Spirit. So I'm excited to see what God has in store, and to see how the fabric begins to fall upon this structure, and to see how he'll just bloom inside of the nation kids all around the world, and that I get to be a part of it.